Hello and welcome back to Song Surveys on Sofas with Superheroes, the sub-series. So last week I did an old songs, this week is a new song, and this week new music was fantastic. So Cold came out with their whole album as well as Tiny Moving Parts, and I wanted to do a song from either of those albums, but I already did a song from both those artists, so I figured I would go in a different direction this week. So the band I chose this week, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with them, and I don't really know why. I mean, I like most of their music. I think it's really good, and I did listen to one of their albums a lot when I was in high school, and I don't know, I just feel like maybe being a fan because they're so popular is like too cliche, and I wasn't into them when they first came out because I was too young to kind of like be obsessed with them and know them and really be like a fan from the start. So not that I like need to be a fan from the start so much. I don't know. I just, for some reason, anytime I hear them on the radio, I'm like, I mean, the song is good, but it's not like, I wouldn't call myself a fan of this band per se. So it's just interesting that this is the song that I chose, and I am genuinely excited to see what comes next, especially because this song grabbed me right away when I first heard it. So yeah, I don't know. It's just definitely interesting. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get into it. So the song is Father of All by Green Day. I know, I feel like people are like, how do you not like Green Day? It's not that I don't like them. It's just, I don't know. I'm just wasn't cool enough to be a fan of theirs when I was younger. So I feel lame being one now. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so the song opens with a beat of just the cymbals, and then there's like this second of silence, and then there's four notes of the guitar followed by more percussion, and that gets repeated 2 times before the lyrics come in. And I really like the second and third line of the first verse. So the second line is choking up on the smoke from above. So I really like that they use the synonyms up and above. I thought that was a really cool thing to use. So you're using those synonyms, up, above, so choking up, and then, you know, you're thinking above. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing. But I also love that choking up is also kind of like a dual meaning. You get that dual meaning. So right, choking up, you kind of think of in terms of emotions, right? And the first line does talk about like a message of love. So you think, when I hear choking up, I think like, oh, it's sad, and you're happy, right? And you're like choking up because it's so emotional and you like can't handle it. And then you get this on smoke sort of a thing. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Are we talking about like choking, like physically, like can't breathe? So I don't know. I just thought that was definitely a cool way to go about that. And you're kind of talking about 2 separate things, right? You're choking up because it's sad, but then you're also choking because you can't breathe because of the smoke that's above. So I really like that. Thought that was a cool way to present that. Really enjoyed that line in the first verse. And then the next line that I really liked is, I'm obsessed with poison and us. So again, I just kind of like that it relates to you think the smoke is maybe poison. And then I also kind of like us because, again, it kind of takes me back to that first line that talks about message of love. So I like how it feels connected, and I think that they did a really nice job with that. So then clapping is added, which I love. I love clapping in songs. It's really usually fantastic. And so the music doesn't really change, but the clapping is added for the pre-chorus. And I think, again, that subtle change definitely makes it feel different. It makes it feel like it's a different part of the song while not changing it terribly. So the first 3 lines of the pre-chorus, it all starts with like, and then has some sort of ending after that. So the first one is come on honey, the second is count your money, and then what's so funny. So again, lots of rhyming, so that's cool. And then the music drops completely, and the 4th line of the pre-chorus is there's a riot living inside of us. So I like that line the best out of the whole pre-chorus. Think it's definitely interesting, especially later on during the chorus. So I really like, again, how they connect things, and I think that that was a really smart choice to have that pre-chorus and then the second half of the chorus kind of come back and connect to that, which I'll talk about right now as we go into the chorus. So the music comes in really full for the chorus, and the guitar is definitely different at this point, and even the percussion, you can hear the differences. But yeah, again, that really full sound. And I think the first half of the chorus is lyrically fantastic. I love all 4 lines. I think it's really great. And again, I broke the chorus into 2 different parts because you'll see why. So the first part of the first half of that chorus, the lines are, I get paranoia baby, and it's so hysterical, cracking up under the pressure, looking for a miracle. So I really like the way that he sings the word hysterical and miracle, and that second syllable, he kind of, the tone kind of, or the pitch kind of goes up. And I thought that that was really great. I really liked that. Definitely just grabs the ear right away with those two words specifically. But I also like the lines too, especially again, you get this feel of duality, right? So cracking up, you think like hysterical, cracking up, laughing, that's like an easy one. But then it says under the pressure. So now you're thinking, oh, wait a minute, like cracking, like physically, there's like little, you know, specks of things that are not, it's starting to fall apart. So I really like that they give you that kind of, again, that double meaning, right? Cracking up, laughing, but then cracking up, like cracking in terms of physical things. So I really like that. I thought that was a really cool touch, especially because you've gotten this a couple times in the song already. So the fact that it goes from the first verse into the pre-chorus and then you get a different one in the chorus, I thought that was really cool and I really liked that. So then after that first part, you get the second part, which is kind of a repetition of the pre-chorus in terms of lyrics and even musically. The music definitely kind of goes back to that same sound. So the second half of the chorus is a repetition of the pre-chorus, but only the first and third line of that pre-chorus. So what happens is the second and fourth line are obviously different. And the music, again, is a little bit different. You get that still more full sound from the chorus that you had in the first half. So the second line is lying in a bed of blood and money. So again, you still end with that money word. So that works totally and definitely keeps with that rhyming scheme of the pre-chorus. And then the fourth line is the line that I love and think was so clever and so glad that they changed it to this line. So we are rivals in the riot inside us. So first of all, love that you're taking that pre-chorus and now you get that other additional thing in that chorus. So I think that that's fantastic. I love the connection. I think it's great. Makes it really easy for me to think that they connected a lot of their lyrics in ways that were clever. So I really like that. I think it was fantastic. But also I just love the idea of the fact that you have this rival inside of you, right? You're kind of conflicted and your thoughts are not the same. So now there's like that war that is waging inside of you. So I really love that idea. I think it's really cool. And I especially love it because, again, they like set you up in the pre-chorus and then they just like knock it down in the chorus. So I really love that. I think it was a really great choice. So that was really cool. So then the music drops and there's definitely a transition. There's like a couple cool notes that are in that transition. I actually really like the transition to the second verse. And there's definitely like an oh yeah saying kind of almost in the background, but not really super backgroundy, but it's in there. You can hear it. And they get into the verse and the music is the same as the first verse. So there's nothing really different there. And I just like love the first line. So the first line of the second verse is, I'm impressed with the presence of none. And so I think that that's actually like really well done because they made it work for that verse. And so I really love that they kind of took the time to wordsmith almost and make it so that it works with the whole song and that verse in particular. Instead of just saying like, no one impresses me, I really like that they use the word order and kind of switched it around to make it work and still get their message across. So it's not confusing. It's not like you're questioning, wait a minute, what does that actually mean? I think it's great. I thought it was really well done. And again, I like that they kind of made it to fit them with the ability of making that message still super clear. So then the last line, so it's funny because the last line is not necessarily like analytically interesting, but I love it because I think that in a live show, this line would be so fun if the crowd is aware of it. So the line is fingers up because there's no one to trust. And so I think that if you had a live show and everyone knew that line was coming and they were ready for it, it would be so cool to see the crowd like just totally act on it and just be like in the moment. So I hope that, I know they're going on tour and I really hope that that is kind of becomes the thing. I would love to see the song like blow up and have people really be like, okay, during the song, man, I'm going to be ready for this line. Like, I can't wait. So hopefully that would happen. And I think it would be really cool to kind of see a crowd of people interact with that line in particular. The problem is it's like a quick line and it kind of comes quickly. So if you're not really ready for it, you might miss it in a show environment. So I don't know, it'll be interesting to see, especially because people pretty much have like a year almost to get ready for this show. So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. Hopefully people will kind of, jump on that when they get the opportunity to. Anyway, so then we get the claps back for the pre-chorus. And again, nothing is really different. Then there's that musical shift for the chorus. Again, nothing changes. Right after the chorus, you get into this musical bridge. Pretty short musical bridge or instrumental bridge, but it's there. And, the music is definitely different and definitely has some differences. So that's present and good. So then they repeat the second half of the chorus 2 times. And then as the music is kind of getting into an outro, there's just that, yeah, that again was kind of in that transition as well between the verses and the chorus. And then, yeah, there's just like a few more notes and the song is over. It's a short song. It's only like 2 minutes and 30 seconds or something like that. So yeah, I'm surprised that I'm doing a Green Day song. I, again, kind of have this weird love-hate thing with them. I really love their music, but for some reason I don't consider myself a fan, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think. Have you listened to the song? Are you super pumped about Green Day coming out with new music? Are you looking forward to seeing them next year or this year? If you're seeing them this year, let me know, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.